Good morning, Bickies. How's it going? I hope you're all great this morning. You're tuned into the Biscuit Box. We go live every Wednesday at 11 o'clock on this page, on the Biscuit page. If you're watching from Bite the Biscuit in Bite the Biscuit community, hello, 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 hello. Community even of almost Jeannie Mac. There's almost 6,000 of us in there now. How did that happen? I know how. And that's something I will teach you at some point in the future. If Facebook groups are on your radar for what you do. Anyhow, that's something else. Today, I want to talk to you guys about the thing that you can do right now. Well, after you listen to me, you can do right now to help you sell more stuff, because that's the biggest challenge, isn't it? But for every business, it's how do I sell more stuff? Like, how do I get people to see my stuff, to like my stuff, to appreciate the pricing, to understand what I'm doing, and to buy the feckin' thing, right? That's the end game, like, isn't it? That's why we run businesses, right? We want to sell stuff. But it's different for creative people because that's not the driver. It's important because you want to be able to keep creative. Hashtag. You want to be able to continue your journey. The only way you can continue your creative journey in a full-time way is to make money from what you do. Whether you struggle, I'm not supposed to want to make money from my creative work because we've been bashed in the head to say, why do you want to make money? It's not about money, it's about creating the work. Yes, of course it is. Our innate passion and why we're on this planet. And, you know, if we don't create, we get mentally sick, right? We have to create. It's in us. It's our being. It's why we're here, right? And there's this huge battle with creativity on this being okay with making money from what you do. I hear this a lot, and I talk to a lot of people. You've no idea how many conversations I have in a day, and it's something that keeps coming back. Is it okay to make money from what I do? Like, is that cool? Like, like everyone in art school said that, you shouldn't, like, no one talks about that in art school. Like, so is it acceptable? Like, am I going to be shunned from the art world if I'm the one out commercially savvy, like, and I'm pushing my sales in a different way to all the other artists? Like, am I going to be accepted in that little world? And that's for visual artists specifically. But I know creativity and the creative business sector goes so broad. You've photography, jewelry, clothing. Like, hello, the holistic sector is highly creative as well. So it's wide, but there is that struggle with selling, right? It's difficult. Why is it difficult? Because creative work, a lot of it, not all of it, because jewelry is something quite different, but things like photography and fine art and sculpture and, a work like that is quite abstract from a sale. And so you have to get really, really creative with how you market your work to actually sell the thing. So today I want to talk to you about something you can do right now to help that process, to help you sell your work. Okay, so how this works. Okay, what I want you to do is, and you might have heard me talk about this or somebody else talking about this at some point, but what I want you to do is I want you to think about who you want to sell to. And I know a lot of you guys are rolling the eyes. Here we go again. Create your demographic avatar, age group, male, female, which is important, by the way. And most people just flitter over this bit and go, yeah. They're, between 18 and 30 and they're female and they live here and they have a job and yeah, okay, so I know who I'm selling to now. do you? Are you sure? It's really important, and I cannot emphasize enough how important this is. But there's a two thing here. There's a two-bit process for this live stream today that I want to teach you, okay? Which will impact your sales at the end of the day. The first one is the demographic. Who are you selling to, right? And yeah, it's a bit boring, and you'll do it really quickly if you know who you want to sell to. The challenge is, who do you sell to? Who do you want to sell to? Do you know that person? Do you know, and in the creative sector, those people? Because creative work, very, very different to other products and services that are out there. Creative work is highly emotive, which means you're tapping into people's emotions around how they feel about things. And so your avatar or your target person that you want to sell to, there will be many of them. So if you are a person now running a creative business and you have one demographic, you have one a profile that you're working with in your mind, that you're saying, right, I'm trying to get 18 to 20-year-olds that like bling jewelry, that are on Instagram, and you think, yeah, that's it, I know them, and I'm going to just focus on the kind of language that they talk about, and blah 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 blah, and you think that's cool. Actually, you're on the great path. You've the first bit done, but it goes way deeper than that, and I'll tell you why. You know their age group, their gender, their rough demographic. But what I want you to do is, I want you to have at least 4 people that you're going to sell to, because you can't just sell to one person. Because even if they have the same age group, the same background, the same, they are on social media in the same way, their why or their desire or their problem is very, very different from each other. And what I mean by that is, an 18-year-old that is starting college, going into academia, and really wants to feel cool with the bling bling. I'm just making this up, obviously, with the bling bling. And wants to be, and wants to feel really cool in a certain type of jewelry, and wants to be connected to that world, has that desire, and their problem is trying to find something that'll make them feel that way, right? For example. And then there's another 18-year-old who has finished school and is going in to be an apprentice hairdresser, or into a different world. They're both going into 2 different worlds, right? Yes, they're the same age, they're on Instagram, and so your profile of your target person that you're going to sell to has begun, but it's not deep enough to make an impact. It's not deep enough to connect that 18-year-old to your bling bling. Because your message is too generic for those 2 different girls, okay? So what I need you to do is, I need you to pull the 2 different profiles, the 2 different girls, let's say Mary and Joe, the 2 different girls, right, that want the bling bling, that their sale, the product is the same, but the profile that you're selling to, the girls of the same age, as I said, that demographic. But what we're really interested in is their psychographic. It's what is important to Joe and what is important to, what did I say? Mary, was it? How creative am I with names? Mary, what's important to her? They're very, very different, because one girl wants to feel really cool going into her new college and to be, accepted by the prep people or whatever, you figure that out. And the other girl wants to feel professional, and, she's starting, and she's in a different world of professional hairdressers. So she wants to feel, that this jewelry will, people will take her seriously, because everyone else is going to be her peers. And so her desires and wants and her problem for finding that jewelry that will make her feel that way are very, very different. So you create the demographic for who you want to sell to, all that good stuff. But you go deeper and you have a psychographic. Why is this person a good fit for what I can give them? What is it? What's their pain point? What is their problem that they're having right now in their lives? And how can you offer them the solution? And when you're creating marketing messages online, because we're all on social media trying so hard to get people to pay attention to our product, and what I see all the time, gang, is people and you guys putting out your amazing artwork, your amazing products and services, and you're putting a generic sales page up that is talking to 50, 18-year-olds that do like jewelry, but you're not speaking to them directly. You're not understanding that every single post should be directed to Joe or Mary, not blah, 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 Mary Jo and 50 million other kids at that age, because they're on the phone or they're on their laptop and they're scrolling through and they say, oh yeah, that's cool jewelry. Yeah, like all the other jewelry. But if you have something that speaks directly to them, hey, you're starting college in September. Is this how you feel? I know how you feel, but let's see what I have that will make you look like this. I'm just making that up. But you know what I mean? You're speaking directly to Joe. She's going to pay attention to that much more than a generic sales page. Hi, this is my jewelry. Please buy it. Thanks. Oh yeah, whatever. That goes over people's, it goes over your head. Like you're completely people zone out to it because I'm being sold to. Whereas if you're being talked to directly, you stop. You go, yeah, that's me actually. How did she know that? Do you ever get that? God, it feels like she's talking to me. Like, how did she know how I feel? Because I listen, I learn, and I figure out what is actually your problem? What do you need help with? And I'm going to put my content out there that speaks to you. Then you're getting the correct attention from the correct person that you want to actually sell to. And this makes a huge difference to the bottom line because you're bringing people into your world to showcase what you do, to bring them deeper into, say, your website or your blog post or your live stream or wherever you hold your content, and it brings people into your world. And that's how you can make more sales. Ta-da! So I'd love for everybody to take half an hour out of your day and get your demographics, plural, because you have to be able to sell to at least 3 to 4 different people in your world. But go deeper than just the demographics. I want you to do a psychographic. Why are they a good fit for my product? What problem am I solving for them? And how can I articulate that in my marketing or when I speak to them? And this is really important if you're doing live events. I know a lot of you guys are doing the house event in the RDS this weekend. And so this exercise is really important, that you go into an event like that and you understand the psychographic of the people that are at that event. Who's coming to this event? Why are they here? What is their pain points, plural? There's lots of different types of people going. What are their pain points? And how can I make sure that when I am talking to them and when they stop at my stand to look at my stuff, that I am addressing those pain points in a very gentle, conversational way. But do the homework so you're ready for those conversations and you're in charge of the narration, not let's have a chat about the wall. You want to direct that conversation. Okay, gang, that's my bit for today. I don't know who's in with me because I just went straight into the blah, 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 as per usual. I'm just going to see who's in with me this morning, if I've anybody in with me. And if you're watching the replay, I'd love to hear how you feel about that. Have you actually thought about who you're trying to sell to? If you're stuck on it, by the way, because I know you're going, yeah, but how do I know like, how am I going to get that information if I don't have a Facebook group full of my target people? How do I know that? How do I get that information? Two really good resources for researching your target audience from a psychographic perspective of what actually is being talked about is Amazon reviews. So go in and look at, or YouTube videos, right? So you go in and look at YouTube videos or Amazon in your field, and you look at the comments and see what people are asking. Same with YouTube. See what people are asking. What's their pain points? How can you tap into 8 million people talked about how they struggle with framing the artwork that they have, or or they can't find stuff. I don't know, like you research what are people talking about, what are your type of audience or customer actually talking about online. Use Facebook groups for this as well if you don't host one yourself, which is an amazing research tool for your audience. Go into groups that your target people are in and listen and learn and watch the conversation and watch the posts that are actually giving out about stuff, or what people are struggling with, and how you can take that information and create that psychographic of Joe, who has said so many times in, for example, a great group for that kind of younger girl demographic is Girl Crew in Dublin, and they're worldwide now, but that's a great group to get in and watch what the conversation is about. What are people asking for? I'm looking for bling bling jewelry that's not like Nelly bling bling. That's making, I'm starting this new job. Then you're going, oh, like loads of them are in going, I started this new job and this is what happened to me, and I used this jewelry and it made me feel like this, and you're in a threaded conversation that you can take to grab that person's attention. I hope this makes sense. Hey Niamh, how's it going? Hey Elkie, how's it going? You just came up. How's it going? Hey Orla, how are you? So this is really important, and it's something that 99% of people that I work with have not done, unless you've done the foundation program with me. We spend a whole week at this. You can go really, really deep with this, and you can get really clear as to who you should be talking to, how you're going to grab their attention. And this is a simple exercise that everyone can do right now that will impact how you are messaging, how you are communicating online, and how you're going to get attention from the correct person. But if you don't know who you're trying to sell to, and you haven't a clue about what they're struggling with, how can you talk to them? You're just putting up sales pages of your work, hoping to crap someone would buy it. That doesn't work. So if you're having 0 sales and you're scratching your balls going, I have no idea how to do this, this is the answer. This is the solution for you. I'd love to hear your thoughts, or any questions. Hit me in the comments. I'm always around for a good while after the live streams. Just tag me. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Gang, I'll talk to you next Wednesday at 11 o'clock on the Biscuit Box. Have a great week. Keep creative, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.